Hello, everyone. We've just had an extraordinary circle around our voice. What keeps us from using our voice when our intuition tells us that we do need to use our voice, whether that's to speak up for ourselves or whether that's to speak up for others. And it was extraordinary because there were so many different organic discussions that took place. I can't possibly recount them all. But I do want to talk a little bit about one of the topics that came up, and it's particularly to do with women. One of the things that keeps us from using our voice is our, I guess, neurobiological wiring. As women, we're wired to want to be desired by the opposite sex, because if we're desired, we can procreate. So we are nature, we share parts of the brain, of course, with the reptiles and the mammals. And we are wired to want for our species to survive. And to do that as females, we need to be desirable. So, of course, often we don't realize that what keeps our voice really from being louder is our wish to be desired. Now, when we can get past a point in our lives where we want to be desired, when we don't care if the men around us at work, in our family, in any social situations, if we don't care to be desirable, that we care more about voicing our values and being true to ourselves and speaking out against things that we don't like, or against lots of things like, I don't know, racist jokes or derogatory comments or just things that clash with our values. Once we're able to do that, we are more powerful than we could ever have imagined. I don't think there's any other force to be reckoned with quite like an empowered woman who is full of feminine energy, who is giving voice to their values, who's standing up for themselves, who's standing up for others, who is standing up for our Mother Earth. It's nothing quite more powerful and more threatening and intimidating than that. Yet many of us, from young to old, don't feel like we can do that, because if we were to do that and voice our values, then we would not be desirable by those that want us under their control, so that they don't have to grow up. So once we start voicing our values and voicing our concern and voicing our dislike of others' opinions, then we are going to not be liked. We are going to get those dirty looks. We may be excluded from things, from invitations, from meetings. And go from being desired to being ostracized. And when we can do that, that is a sign of our maturity and a sign of us stepping into our power. And I can tell when women, perhaps of my age or older or even younger than me, are still hanging on to their looks because they're hanging on to their value as being desirable, as being pretty, as being someone to look at like a pretty picture on the wall, because that's where in the past they've had their value. But it's only until the valuable is valueless, what what once was valuable becomes valueless, that we come into our own. It's only when we get to know our soul through our values that we are truly valuable, because that is us, that is our nature, that is the truth. That is the truth. So one of the messages then from this circle is, where in your life do you not show up so that you can be liked, so that you can fit in, so that you can be desirable? And what could you do to put less value on fitting in, on your looks, on getting the approval from others at the expense of who you truly are shining through? So very interesting circle tonight, where we all talked about this subject and talked about where we are giving our power away and not using our voice. I hope some of this resonates with you. I suppose I just want to leave you with this. You are so much more than your looks. It's the least interesting thing about you once you really start feeling your power, which is a power that's connected to all natural things on earth.